Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all all right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. So we're healing tonight, right?
Yeah.
We're healing tonight. So I got a piece that actually came from a movie quote. It was very interesting. So it was a husband and wife talking, and she was like, I was trying to express my feelings, and he's like, don't sound like feelings. She's like, well, what's the sound of a feeling?
Right.
Insert poem here.
Okay.
What's the sound of a feeling? The ink hitting the paper is not the impact that matters. It's when my tears hit the tip of my pen, ricochet, and then splatter. What's that sound of a feeling? It's not the amount of words that I can put on a page, but when my pen is scratching like old school vinyl, personifying my rage. It's not my stress so high that my heart seems to pound through my chest. No, it's the pendulum of my pain, and my sighs are the rest. I mean, why test me? Must feelings be personified and then we try it again? What's the sound of a feeling? It's those staccato words that you use to berate my existence, and I stand there and I take it to prove my resistance, or maybe it's my resilience to translate those words into poetic brilliance. The sound of a feeling is any personification that speaks volumes in an emotionless heart, because even death can be heard on a machine. Flatline, shot back to life with the right currents. Sound familiar? Yeah, that's my heart beating even after death. Pounding like an 808 coming through my chest. And the sound of your dismay and your surprise reverberates as a chill crawling up your spine. This poetic glow and this poetic flow is the sound of me feeling alive. That's that first piece. Thank you. So this next piece is about holding us as women accountable. Now you say that, we all know that hurt people, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes when we aren't healed, we create the savages that we date.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes.
I'm just saying. Sometimes we are the drama. Sometimes we are. So this next piece is called If I Were a Boy. If I were a boy, even just for a day, I roll out of bed in the morning, put on what I wanted and go. If I were a boy, I would spend my whole life trying to prove my masculinity, only to be emasculated by a woman who is so stripped of her femininity that she tries to walk a mile in my shoes, but she can't get the stride right. If I were a boy, I would fall in love with this woman that I adore, and coming from my ribs, surely she would protect my heart, right? But my naivete gets the best of me, and I'm nothing more than a pawn in her game of chess. I used to kiss her palm and place it on my chest. She is so cold. If I were a boy, I would be expected to hold open doors for this woman, despite the concrete wall she's built to keep me at bay. Why do I gotta pay for the mistakes of her past? I am not those men. I'm standing here with my arms open wide, ready to show her love. Her heart I would hold with satin gloves, but then I look at her heart in its truest form, a fist wrapped in blood. I wish she would fight for us. If I were a boy, I would show her that her sexiest trait is that she is so mentally intriguing. I'd be so intrigued when we are together. Ask her about our hopes and dreams. I wish her to be all that she can be, but somehow my feedback is misinterpreted. Lost in translation. Thought I knew her love language, but she's looking at me like I was speaking another language. She is so damaged. If I were a boy, I would write her a classic poem. Your love is like a red, red rose, thorny and lethal. Your lack of having a heart and taking mine has left me with this hollow shell in my chest. So I no longer have my fists to fight. You just throw your fists and we fight. I'm done. I used to want to be a man of steel, still to be made to bend, but it certainly isn't made to break. Now I will never know what it is to be a boy or a man. I am a girl that was grown into a woman. I cannot walk a mile in his shoes because I don't know the struggle that gave him that stride. I'm meant to be by his side, and he can look at me with pride and say, yes, he's mine. Somewhere along the way, we as women has lost our role in this society. Despite so-called role reversals in society, if we knew our role in a man's life, we could create a whole new society. We are not here to bring woe to a man. Because the struggle he faces every day, we cannot begin to understand. But don't get it twisted, ladies. We are depression too. But it's to make us diamonds, not a man. Thank you.